What's up, guys? I am here with my first online battle that I'll be posting on this channel, and this is part of the Avatar Conquest mode, and we are doing a 2v2 siege battle. So my ally was a Shogun 2 profile. As you can see, he has the Katana Samurai, Matchlock Ashigaru, all the Shogun 2 units, while I have Fall of the Samurai profile. And my guys, most of my guys are elite Tosa riflemen, so they have ridiculous range and accuracy. And I believe I have my elite Katana Kachi, 3 of them here. So, and I also have my elite parrot guns, and I am taking control of them in the beginning of the game, trying to get some kills. And on my first shot, I hit up and to the right of this Katana Samurai and knock out 11 of them. And then I hit these guys, so I'm actually doing pretty well on the cannons in the beginning of the game. Which, by the way, for those of you that don't know, you can control them in first-person mode and actually shoot out cannonballs. It's pretty fun to do. So I pretty much was just laying into this unit of Katana Samurai right here. I got it all the way down to 118 from 160. So I'm just pretty much doing that for the beginning of the game. And my ally... we seem to have left the left side pretty open. I'm not sure why we did that. I played this game a couple days ago. I'm replaying it right now. So I'm not sure why we decided to leave the left side open. Probably because we assumed this guy was just going to go to the middle. But then he starts breaking off to the left side. So I think we'll start moving our troops now that we see this guy coming over. And my ally has a lot of bows, I remembered. He had quite a few bow units. And some pretty good matchlock units that he had were veterans. So now my Tosa, I don't believe, they're not in range just yet, but the Tosas have really long range. Like, they could probably hit out to here. Probably farther than that, actually. And I think I'm still on the cannons at this point, trying to hit people. So this guy is also a Shogun 2 profile, just like my ally. So he's got the Bow Ashigaru and the Arai Samurai and all of that coming over here. He's got a really good unit of archers right there. But fortunately, my ally has some matchlocks, and they are just within range of his matchlocks, I believe. Oh no, they're actually out of range. So I'm not sure how we actually get these archers. He must move. That's how he moved his bow there. And here, my Tosas have ridiculous reload speed once you upgrade them. So look how fast they're gonna annihilate this group. Already they're about to start routing. Now they are Ashigaru units, so that's expected that they'd rout that fast. But I mean, it's still pretty amazing how fast they're able to shoot. And his matchlock are actually doing a great job too. I wonder how high these veterans are, because those have ridiculous reload speed for matchlock units. So he's using his bowmen right now to try and combat these bow samurai over here. And now we start to realize that he's moving over to the left. So he starts moving a couple bow ashigaru units over there. And I have my katana waiting right there just in case he starts moving up. So I'm still on the cannons now, and I see that his general's right there and not moving. So I tried to shoot him like 3-4 times, and I missed him while he was stationary. So he starts moving. Because when you have cannons, sniping the general is one of the most effective ways to win a battle, because once you kill the general, the other unit's morale will go down really fast. So he starts positioning his troops here because he sees that we have a weak spot. But he took a little bit too long, and now we're already set up. I have some Tosa here. And he's moving in a bunch of bow units now. And matchlock units. So then I give up and I set the AI to shoot at his avatar. And they actually are more successful than I was, I believe, and hit him a couple times. Get him down to like 30 out of 40 bodyguard units. They should start... yeah, there we go. Yeah, so they get a pretty good hit on that one. And a pretty good hit there. I think that's it. I think they might hit him one more time. But he starts running over to where his troops are here, and my cannons can't get there. So now they're starting to scale over here. And my ally is in position, ready to get him. I have Tosa here. He has his matchlock right next to them. And he has Simbo Ashigaru right there. And then he's sending in some katana, and I'll have my katana kachi right here too. So we pretty much have this side covered. And this guy he left a few katana in the front. I'm not sure why, since he was obviously putting most of his troops to the left side. But I guess he left them there for good measure. I don't know why. Maybe if the other guy came over, he could help him with his katana. But one problem I've been seeing a lot with siege battles is look at what's happening. He is attacking from the left. And this guy is not doing really much of anything. He has his Shogatai coming around, but these guys are just standing here, and he doesn't send up his guys for a while. So we can pretty much focus all of our attention on this guy over here, which kind of makes it a lot easier to defend. I don't know why a lot of people have been doing this. I've played several siege battles over the last few weeks, and every time they each attack at a staggered pace instead of both at the same time. So now you can see my Tosas are basically just ripping them to shreds. And then when this guy starts, he's climbing up here now. So when this, oh no, he's not climbing here, he's leaving his Yari here, I think, because he's trying to break down this gate so he doesn't have to climb up one by one, which is actually a smart move. But again, this guy, if he started moving up, would have been much better tactic. But instead, he's just taking out our archery towers that really don't matter at all. I don't know why he decided to do that. So we just focus our entire attention for the time being on this guy here. And as you'll see, we take him out pretty quickly. So he's starting to move in some of his heavier infantry. He's got bulletproof samurai here. Right here, they are veterans too, so they're pretty good. He has some veteran katana. Both of those have pretty high armor and melee defense, so they're basically like juggernauts of infantry. They'll withstand a lot of hits. And as you'll see in a little bit, my top katana kachi goes against his bulletproof samurai, which was a pretty good test for my katana. It was actually interesting to see how they performed against his bulletproof samurai. So now I'm starting to move them around. Forgot why I moved them to the right. I think I was moving them over here because I thought I saw his Shogatai coming up. But then he just starts running around on the outskirts for some reason instead of coming up while he has a chance. So now I send them over, and I'm going to put them into guard mode over here. And guard mode basically means that they will hold a defensive posture and they will hold your front line and they will not move. So basically, well, they will move, but they will not chase them when they start to rout or anything. So your guys will basically hold the front line and not let anyone through at all costs. So it's good when you're trying to stop people from getting through a wall like here. So here my katana kachi are going to start going at the bulletproof samurai, and this was a pretty interesting battle because he had actually all of his, well, not all of them, but a good amount of his bulletproof samurai. So him going up against my elite katana kachi was pretty good, but he had Simbo Ashigaru, my ally, up here. So it was helping me with the bulletproof samurai. But the bulletproof samurai are pretty much some of the best guys that you can get in the game. I believe that Creative Assembly patched them in when Fall of the Samurai came out to help balance things. Because when I first made my Shogun 2 profile right after Fall of the Samurai came out, you didn't really have these kind of specialized units like bulletproof samurai, so Shogun 2 people were getting pretty much steamrolled by the guns. So they patched these guys in and some other elite units that you got at the very beginning as a Shogun 2 player. And this is one of the highest armor and melee defense units in the game for infantry. And my katana kachi, as you can see, are pretty much destroying them because I have these guys as pretty high veterans. They're upgraded 4 times, as you can see by these 4 tick marks right here. And these guys are also upgraded 4 times. So I think what really turned the tides of this battle was my ally positioning Matchlock Ashigaru and Bow Ashigaru up here. So now he is bringing in, now that he destroyed this gate, he can start bringing in his cavalry. And as he sees that his infantry are getting destroyed up here, he's going to try and start charging his cavalry through to just attempt to break our front line. And fire cavalry are one of those elite units that got patched in, like the bulletproof samurai. So he tries to charge in, but we have him bottlenecked right here. My ally has it right here. And then right behind him, I have my Katana Kachi holding this entire area. So there's pretty much no way he's getting through. He's charging everything he can, but he's not going to make it through. The Tosa and the Matchlock Ashigaru are shooting right into his guys down there, so he has no chance. So over here, this guy is finally starting to get his troops up. I honestly don't know why he waited this long, because that was pretty much the reason why they lose this battle. Because we pretty much devoted our whole attention to this area, killed this guy, and then made our way back over here and focused both of our forces on one person. So that made it pretty easy, and as you can see, he broke through my allies' guys a little bit, so I just swarmed him with all 3 squads of my Katana Kachi, and that was pretty much the end of him. Because once I caught them up here, it was pretty much shooting fish in a barrel for the Tosa and the Matchlock Ashigaru. And that is basically what siege battles are all about. You want to basically bottleneck people in key places where your gun guys can get them. That's pretty much the way you'll kill them quickly. Like, look how fast these guys routed. And now, as a last resort, he's sending in his general. I don't know why he did that, because he could have actually put his general back there and tried to recover some of his routing units. But instead, he sends them in. And he only has a couple squads left, so I leave my Katana here a little bit, make sure nothing happens. But he has some Bo Ashigaru right here that are shooting at him, so I decide to send them back up and help out over here with this guy attacking. And my ally so far has done a good job of containing him over here. But he's starting to send, he has a lot of bow troops, which actually work to his disadvantage in this match. Normally it's good to have a lot of them in a siege battle, but when you have mostly ranged and very few melee, you have to coordinate well with your ally. But instead, he kind of let his ally just get killed, and his ally had pretty much all the melee between them. So without him, he was stuck with mostly ranged units, so me and my ally were basically able to bottleneck him on this second level, and he pretty much never got any farther than that. And by the way, the second level is probably the most important level to hold. The first level is not of that big strategic importance. If your enemy gets it, it's not that big of a deal. But the second level is the one you want to hold at all costs, because while you keep them on the second level, your infantry on top will be able to keep shooting them. So you want to keep them in the second level for as long as possible so your infantry can shoot them. And ideally, you want to have your elite infantry. You want the cream of the crop of your ranged infantry. So whether you're a Shogun 2 profile or a Fall of the Samurai profile, you want to have your best ranged guys. You want your veterans. Like, these are my elite Tosa guys. They've been upgraded 6 times now. These are my best guys. So you want to have your best guys facing where they're coming in on the second level. And then you want to get as many of your infantry as you can and just bottleneck them right there on that second level. So as you can see, I have my 3 veteran Kachi units right here, Katana Kachi. And my ally has quite a few Katana Samurai units. But a lot of them got routed simply because this guy has so many bow units that he just was showering them with arrows. And this guy that came in on the left side that I said he left his katana over there, looks like he sent in a few here. But they'll probably get killed pretty quickly because they're already within range of some of my Tosa units. So now that he controls the gate, he's starting to send up his bow Kachi. But there's really not much he can do. I mean, he's basically all sharpshooters and bow units. And we don't really have anyone on the wall here for him to shoot, so he has to climb up like this. And my Tosa have such long range and have such a high vantage point that they can pretty much shoot up until like this area here. So for him to move anywhere in the second level, my Tosa are right on him. And as you can see, I start moving my Kachi in because I see him coming here. So I move my Kachi right there to bottleneck them. And I move in this Kachi unit here. This is my best Kachi unit with the 4 upgrades. And I see that he's moving in some Imperial Guard infantry, some Shogutai, and some sharpshooters. So that's why I sent them here, because they have to take on 3 units by themselves. And then I decide to send in this one because Imperial Guard infantry have decent melee attack. Sharpshooters are horrible, but Shogutai are pretty good at melee. They're melee troops by trade, so they're pretty good. And he has the bow unit supporting them, so I needed to send in 2 of these Katana Kachi units to hold them there. Now here I have my Katana Kachi unit fighting some Shogutai, and they're actually losing. So their morale is breaking pretty badly because I didn't want to put my general down there to increase their morale because of all the bow units this guy has. He probably could have taken out my general. So I just left him up here for the time being. And then as you can see, I moved this Tosa unit over here. Now that we killed all the white guys, what was his name? I forgot what his name was. JJ Tomo. Now that we killed all of JJ Tomo's army, I took my Tosa units and put them over here. Well, we didn't kill all of it apparently because this one is still here. It's just some Bo Ashigaru units. So it's not that big of a deal for us to have to fight. Their morale's already really low. And it looks like it's even falling a little bit still. So I probably just move one of these elite Tosa units over there and just take him out in 2 seconds. Or this guy sends his Katana Samurai down. We pretty much had him dead for all intents and purposes. So that's why I moved my Tosas over here to cover the second level on the right side. So we have 2 minutes and 43 seconds left until the time runs out and we win. And actually that is probably the easiest way to win a siege battle. Don't try to like decimate the enemy and just kill all his guys and rout them all. The easiest way is just hold on to this second level for as long as possible. Place your elite infantry units in this area here. And get your melee troops to bottleneck them for as long as possible and just wait for time to run out. That's pretty much the way I win all my siege battles. It's really easy to do. Like you can see, with my elite infantry here, I'm routing their guys pretty much instantly whenever they try to get close to the first level. So he has pretty much no chance of winning this. Plus, this guy has his bows right here behind my infantry. So we have my gun guys and his bow guys shooting at him at the same time. So his guys are getting routed almost immediately. And even though most of our guys on this bottom level here just got routed by him, as you can see, my 3 Kachi units are almost dead. And they're routing back up to the main level. But it doesn't even matter because he can't move close enough to get us without my Tosa and his bows destroying him. So he's just going to line up here. He pretty much knows that it's over at this point with a minute left and most of his troops still on the first level at the bottom. He's pretty much just lining up and waiting for the game to end. And his sharpshooters, he had to move them into the range of my Tosa because sharpshooters and Tosa have the exact same range. But my Tosa are up and elevated so they can shoot farther down. So his sharpshooters, his elite sharpshooters actually got pretty much destroyed. So then he starts moving in his Bokachi as a last ditch effort, but obviously with only 45 seconds left he had no chance of survival. So he just starts sending in troops and pretty much just is getting me XP for my veteran Tosa units. So that's gonna be it for my first online battle that I'll be posting on this channel. Good game to Jaws, he helped out a lot in this defense. And good game to oh, I don't know how to pronounce that name. To however you say his name. I don't even know what alphabet that is. It looks like Russian or something to me. So congrats to the Russian guy. That was a good battle he put up. And JJ Tomo, I believe was his name. Yep, and good game to JJ Tomo as well. So the time runs out here. The game lasts a couple seconds after the time runs out, but that should be it. I get a couple more kills on his Imperial Guard infantry, and there's the end of the game. So thanks for watching. Tell me if you would like to see some more Avatar Conquest games. That's pretty much what I primarily play in Shogun 2. I'd basically play that and the campaigns. So tell me in the comment section if you would like to see more Avatar Conquest battles. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already, and be on the lookout for more videos in the near future.